The two reasons for your financial problems are status and comfort. Welcome to Finish First Financially, a channel dedicated to helping millennials and Gen Z to get out of debt and build savings. I'm Goran Radanovic. Think back on your school days, when you wanted to make friends with certain people, when you wanted to penetrate a specific group and be a part of them. How did you do it? Usually, you had to prove to them that you are on their level. And that might have meant wearing a certain brand of sneakers, acting a certain way, owning a specific cell phone model so that they could accept you as their equal. Now, as adults, we haven't really grown out of that. In fact, we crave that status and comfort even more. We want to be part of specific professional groups, social groups. And the way to penetrate them is to show them that we're on their level. Now, the way we demonstrate our value is on a much grander scale than what it was when we were back in school. So we use luxury cars, we live in a certain neighborhood, we buy certain things to show people that we're successful, or at least portray that image. And if we can't afford those things, then we finance them. And that's where the problem comes in. It's when you go into debt in order to have a certain level of status. Now, comfort doesn't necessarily have to be as lavish of a purchase as a luxury car or a specific home. It can be something simple as a gadget or a subscription to a video streaming service. We get into this routine of having these things, and for us to have it taken away from us, we feel that we've lost a certain level of comfort. And the thing about status and comfort is that they completely ruin your finances. And in order to improve your finances, you need to let go of status and comfort. Now, you could say that owning a bed provides you a certain level of comfort. So who's to say now must you get rid of your bed? Well, if you want to know the level of status and comfort that's acceptable, look at the purchases that you make with cash. If you're buying something when you're out of debt and you've got savings, well, then that status and comfort is acceptable. You can afford it. But if you're financing it, then that's where the problem comes in. And an even bigger problem with status and comfort is that we become accustomed to it. It feels nice to have that specific car so that we can hang out with a certain group of people, to live in a certain neighborhood, to have designer clothing. Just makes us feel good. And the thing is, when you financed status and comfort, you're living above your means. You actually can't afford it. And what inevitably always happens is that in order to enjoy more status and comfort, which is what we initially all end up seeking, we get into even more debt. And that's where the problem comes in. It's just a hole that you keep digging deeper and deeper. Yearning for that acceptance, the status, so that you could feel good when you pull up at a traffic light and other people whom you don't even know are impressed by your car. It can completely take over your life, and you just become so obsessed with it that you start racking up credit cards. You even take vacations, take out loans for vacations, just so that you can post pictures on social media and have likes and comments. And the way to improve your finances, as I said, is to stop worrying about status and comfort. You're going to have to become uncomfortable. You're going to have to downgrade your lifestyle. Oh my God, what are people going to think of you now that you're no longer going to drive that same car? You're no longer going to live in that neighborhood. Instead of worrying about what they think of you, worry more about what you think of yourself for ruining your financial situation. Because when you take out debt to finance status and comfort, You're ruining your financial future. Be more concerned about having financial freedom and letting go of that status and comfort. The best thing that ever happened to me when I became homeless was that I just no longer cared about what people thought of me. I let go of that luxury BMW. The value that I once felt and the importance of having it just vanished. I no longer needed that value. I craved financial freedom, and I saw that all these things that I financed, the cars and all of these things, they were hindering me from having financial freedom, and I saw them as a burden. I wanted to get rid of them and never have them again. And that's what you should be focused on, moving towards financial freedom, but you're going to have to let go of status and become uncomfortable. It's the only way. That's when you're going to stop financing things and buying ridiculous purchases, making ridiculous purchases to impress others. So if you need more help with this, get in touch with me, come onto the channel, and we'll sit down one-on-one and we'll discuss your financial situation so that we can structure a way for you to lower your expenses and so you can have more money to dedicate towards debt. Once you're out of debt, you can begin to accumulate savings. And that's really when you start to build status and comfort that's not financed. And that's the type of position that you want to be in. So get in touch with me at finishfirstfinancially@gmail.com. All the information will be in the description box. And let's get you to financial freedom ASAP.